great wrestling from the Olympic. We'll get into our first event right after this. Don't go away. And we are into our first event on great wrestling from the Olympic, and it's Pistol Pete in the long red tights against Arias Romero. Good go behind by Pistol Pete into an arm whip takedown. Your referee for this first event, Bob Bockwinkel. Hello, wrestling fans. I'm Jeff Walton, and I'll be with you for another hour of action-packed great wrestling from the Olympic. We've got a good card. There's a whip by Romero into a wrist lock. And there goes Bockwinkel right in there for the count. Pete's shoulders down on the mat. Bockwinkel, the referee brother of wrestling champion Nick Bockwinkel. Good reverse wrist lock by Arias Romero. And Pistol Pete, his opponent. Into the ropes goes Pete. Tries to secure a break and does. Lots of action. Always great wrestling stars right here. Good takedown by Arias Romero. What we have is wrestling, and that's what we're selling and bringing to you every time on great wrestling from the Olympic. Armbar. Working on the wrist. Good monkey flip and a savate kick, and that gets a release. This is your first event on great wrestling from the Olympic. Top wrist lock by Romero. Into the hair goes Pete. Referee right in there. Makes him break. Hair pulling is not one of the proper holds of professional wrestling. Good takedown. Oh, wait a minute. Pete's complaining that Romero used the hair, and Romero says no. Fine young wrestler out of Mexico, this Arias Romero. He's very light. Lightweights in recent years have become very prominent in wrestling. Look at the referee. The referee saying he pulled his hair, and the fans say no, he didn't pull his hair. Pete says, disqualify him. Make me the winner. That's a cheap way to win a match. But, you know, Pistol Pete is the kind of wrestler that likes to win a match any way he can. Gets to go home early by now, too. Top wrist lock by Arias Romero. Now let's see if Romero goes into the hair and try to use a takedown here. Oh, Pete does. No, Romero did not go into the hair, but there's a punch that sends Romero into the ropes. Pete just wanted to get the break. This is a big wrestler. This Pete tips the scales at about 320 pounds. Heavy wrestling. Oh, and he shoulder blocks Romero. Down goes Romero. Oh, monkey flip by Romero, and good takedown. Only for a count of two. Oh, a punch, nobody there. Good side headlock by Romero. Goes for a, what is this? A flying body press. Can he do it? One. Only a count of one. Romero looks like he's kind of winded. He might have been. Into the ropes goes Pete. There's a good shoulder tackle. Leapfrog again by Romero. Oh, and a punch that caught him off guard right to the throat. Bockwinkel saying, you don't punch, you use an open-handed slap. But in the meantime, Romero is feeling the effects of it now. Pete going to work, stomping on Arias Romero. There's an elbow, and Romero goes out into the front row seats. Once on the floor, a man has 20 count to get back into the ring. On the apron, it's a 10 count to get back inside the ring. Those are the rules. Now, Pete has interrupted the count of the referee, so the referee has to start counting over again, which gives man outside additional time. Every time the count is interfered with, the count begins over. Referee Bob Buckner never wrestled as his brother has. Fine referee, very quick, very observant. Side headlock by Romero. In case you just joined us, you've joined us on Great Wrestling from the Olympic, our first event. And we've got a lot more to come, so stay with us. A lot of top wrestling stars. Bockwinkel making sure that Pistol Pete, good takedown by Pete. Reversed up, but now he tries to go for the trunks. Side headlock into a chicken wing and an open-handed thrust to the throat. Wrist lock into an armbar by Pistol Pete. There's a couple of punches that stunned the big man from Arizona. Ooh, and raking at the eyes. And then a kick to the middle and a punch to the side of the face. Now Romero coming back with some punches and tries to set him up for a rack. An abdominal stretch, as we call it. A rack in Mexico. Una rana, as they call it. But the light-weighted man goes down. Pete has the size and the strength to flip him. Both men look like they're tiring. And it's a time limit match here. Romero, of course, the lighter of the two men, much lighter by now. Into the ropes goes Pete. Oh, good side flip by Arias Romero and a kick to the side of the face by Pete. Mule kick catches Pete off guard, and Pete with an arm whip. Into the ropes goes Romero, and there's that big right knee of Apache Pistol Pete. Romero decides he's going to move away, catch his breath. Pete charging in, getting slapped by Romero. Romero now using the ropes. Bockwinkel keeping a close eye. There's that abdominal stretch again. Question of submission is into Pete. What do you say, Pete? What do you say? No, he drops him off. Now Pete trying to set the abdominal stretch, but he can't. We've got a merry-go-round going. Romero now on top of Pete, slugging away at the back. We got tempers going now. Well, I just heard the bell. The match is over, and we're going to get the decision from the referee. Let's see what he does and what he says. Who's going to be the winner? Pete raising his hand. It's even. It's a draw. The match has been called a draw. Both men not gaining a win. We've got more wrestling coming up, fans, so whatever you do, don't go away. We'll be right back. Second event on Great Wrestling from the Olympic, and it's a good one. The bell sounds, and it's Chavo Guerrero against Victor Rivera. Victor Rivera, a tough competitor. The R&R company, Rivera and Ramos, and it's a tag team match. Chavo on one side with his partner, and of course Victor with his partner, Alan Coage. Good side flip by the Hawaiian man himself. Alan Coage. Bad news Alan, they call him. There's another, it's a judo toss, judo flip, you know. And Coage says, I do that so good, I'm so pretty, I'm so wonderful, look what I do to the guy. In the meantime, we got Big Ben and Chavo Guerrero as a team, and it's a good team, new team by the way. Chavo Guerrero feeling the effects of those judo flips by Bad News Man. Oh, he's reversed, and Chavo does that judo chip. And Bad News Alan says, he went in my trunks. Nobody does that to me. He went in my trunks. He says, no, I did not. Referee for this event, Red Shoes Dugan. A little bit of tit for tat. You know, do unto others as they'll do unto you in wrestling. That's the way it is. I like tag team matches. They've got a lot of excitement in them. There's that attempt, and he's blocked again, and Chavo does it again. This time, Bad News Alan says, maybe you better go in there, Victor. I'll tell you something. Victor Rivera now in with Big Ben, Chavo Guerrero's partner. Good wrist lock onto Victor Rivera. You know, Victor Rivera, in his years in wrestling, he's spent many years, he's had many personality changes. This is a time where he's not liked at all, and of course he goes into the hair to take Big Ben down, goes into the hair again. But you take nothing away from Victor Rivera. He's a very, very outspoken and very, very crafty wrestler. Tag off to Bad News Alan Coage. Same thing goes for this man, Alan Coage. He began his career in judo and the martial arts and worked his way into wrestling and has wrestled in Japan for many, many years. In fact, most of his wrestling is done in Japan. Now, of course, in Hawaii. And he's still a very, very young man and has a big future in professional wrestling. Into the hair goes Bad News Alan. Bad News Alan says, nope, took him down by the shoulder. I wouldn't pull his hand. Referee Red Shoes Dugan, of course, a former lightweight wrestling champion in his own right. And he was a wrestler in the days when lightweight wrestlers were not really fashionable. Had many brutal battles with Wild Red Berry, Wild Red Berry. He became a prominent manager in later years, whereas Red Shoes became a referee. Tag off to Chavo Guerrero by Big Ben, and they've twisted that arm of Rivera. They go to work on it. Twisting it and bending it. There's that arm bar. Oh, over the shoulder. That's got to hurt. No matter what you say, that's got to hurt. Wake up next morning with your arm 3 times the size. Good arm whip by Guerrero. They've got Rivera in trouble to a wrist lock and a reversal. Into the hair goes Rivera and a takedown. You got to be in shape and you got to be in condition. I've said it time and time again to be in wrestling. Tag off to Bad News Alan. They've got Chavo Guerrero in the corner. A little bit of double teaming right there. Open-handed judo chop to the throat. There's that glove that Bad News Alan uses for his sleeper and his claw hold. Right now raking away at the face of Chavo Guerrero. Look at that, raking away at the mouth. Oh, that's not wrestling. Throws him into Rivera. Elbow to the back of the head by Rivera. Chavo Guerrero, out of a fine wrestling family. One of the most popular Mexican wrestlers to ever come to the California area, and of course Louisiana and Texas, Florida. He's wrestled all over the United States. Very, very popular wrestler. Doing very well for himself. He's held the America's Heavyweight Championship. Tag off to Victor Rivera, and Bad News Alan sets him up. Rivera in, punches to the middle, and Chavo Guerrero is now feeling the effects of all those blows. Whipped into the ropes. Guerrero comes off. Back body drop on his feet, and a standing drop kick takes down Rivera. Another drop kick, and Rivera goes out of the ring. That is the sign and the mark of a professional wrestler, fans. Take nothing away from this Chavo Guerrero. He might not be the biggest man in the world, but he sure is the fastest and the craftiest. No doubt about it. Rivera backpedaling right now, trying to lure Guerrero into the corner where Coage and Rivera will, of course, try their underhanded tactics. Oh, he pushes them into bad news. Brings Rivera out. Rivera, oh, there's a punch to the side of the head. Forearm blow by Guerrero, open-handed slap. Pushes Rivera into the ropes. Rivera, oh, there's that butt bump that Guerrero does so well. Thrown off. Into the knee of Bad News Allen. The tag is there. Allen comes in the ring. Guerrero's down. Bad News Allen says, I got him now. Just count him. Oh, arm over the rope. Guerrero's foot over the rope. There must be a release. Knee lift. Rabbit punch that sends Guerrero outside the ring. Now Guerrero back inside. Bad News Allen with that right open-handed slap. Now that glove, you know, that's got to sting too. That glove hurts. Bad News Allen says, the doctor said I could wear the glove with wrestling. I sprained my wrist and my hand. And open-handed fist to the side of the face. Punched in the middle. Forearm blow. We got a brutal type of event here. We really do. Both these men are out to get each other. You can see that. There seems to be a vendetta going between Rivera and Guerrero, and of course Bad News Allen wants everybody he can get. In the trunks, and referee sees it, says, let go, you're not the man of record. Guerrero with a roll-up. Big Ben in the ring. The tag is in, and Big Ben's fresh. Big Ben throws those punches in there. Comes off and clubs Bad News Allen, who tries to get into the ring. And whoa, don't put your coffee pot on yet. Big Ben's going to work. Ben whips Rivera into that corner, and there, whoa, look at this, a high monkey flip, and he tosses Rivera down. There's that forearm smash. Punch to Bad News Allen sends him out of the ring, and now back to Victor Rivera. And Bad News Allen now trying to get a second win. Snapmare to the mat by Big Ben. This Big Ben, very promising young wrestler. No wonder Chavo chose him as a partner. In the ring comes Bad News Allen. Now Chavo Guerrero's in the ring. Now the referee can do one of two things. He can keep the match going or disqualify all four men. In the meantime, it's Big Ben there. Oh, a clothesline by both men. Oh, that's it. That's all she wrote. You can count to 100, ref. 1, 2, 3, and it's too late. Bad News Allen and Victor Rivera are the winners. For sure on that. There's Chavo Guerrero. We got a lot more wrestling coming up. Don't go away. Here's Jimmy Lennon to give us the...
Well, there's a win for the company. Bad News Allen, Coage, Victor Rivera. Time limit. This will be a Beat the Champ elimination tournament bout. Johnny Red Shoes Dugan as the referee. 1 fall 15. Introducing on my right, weighing 236, Mr. Mexico. And his opponent weighing in at 255 from parts unknown, but known in wrestling as the Assassin.
Well, wrestling fans, here we go. This is a Beat the Champ elimination match, which means that the winner will go into the Beat the Champ semifinals, and of course, hopefully on to the victorious spot of new Beat the Champ. Right now we have the Assassin in here against Mr. Mexico, and this is kind of a pretty even match because Mr. Mexico, I understand, is tipping the scales at about 260 pounds. The Assassin coming in at about 270 something. And I'll tell you something, when you have two big heavyweights like this, Well, sometimes it can be a very slow match, and sometimes it can be very fast-paced match, as this one's starting off to be. Side headlock by Mr. Mexico. This young fella has been wrestling quite a while from Mexico City in Mexico, and recently came to the United States, and he's catching on very quickly to the American style of wrestling, which is a lot slower paced, and of course more Greco-Roman and catch-as-catch-can than the Mexican style of wrestling, which is an up-and-down style of flying tackles and maneuvers and various forms of wrestling. Good body tackle by the Assassin. Leaps over, and let's see what happens. Whoa, high back body drop by Mr. Mexico, and into that side headlock, snapmare takedown, and it's Mexico on top of the Assassin. Parts Unknown is where the Assassin's from. It's a nice town. I was there a couple of years ago. I always wonder why a wrestler will say Parts Unknown. That's where he's from, and of course he doesn't want it known where he is from. I mean, he might even be from around the corner, you know. I mean, they don't want to say, and it's perfectly legal in wrestling not to divulge the city or the town that you are from, if you so choose. Most wrestlers, however, will say they're from a various city or town, and where they started wrestling, where they were born, where they live. And it's usually introduced by the ring announcer, such as Jimmy Lennon and various others. Into the ropes goes Mr. Mexico. Ooh, a good tackle sends the Assassin down. Good! Side waist lock sends him down to the mat, and Mr. Mexico, complete control, using his weight now to top the Assassin. Using your weight in wrestling is perfectly legal, and there's no rule against it, and of course that's the object, to throw your opponent off balance and eventually pin him. Mr. Mexico's got a lot of weight there too, so I mean, the Assassin's no slouch. Both these men, for their weight and their bulk, can move extremely fast if you keep your eyes on them. For heavyweights, to me, they are two of the fastest men that I have ever seen, and I've seen some big men like Bobo Brazil and Ox Baker, men that just really were tremendous. Even, you know, Haystack Calhoun in his day was an agile man for his size, but still he wasn't able to move as fast as others. He just used his weight to a big advantage. I understand Haystack Calhoun is retired and living in Colton, California. Originally hailed from Morgan Corners, Arkansas. Many of you will remember Haystack Calhoun took the scale at over 400 pounds. He was one of the biggest, heaviest men in wrestling many years ago. Of course, as wrestling has progressed, there have been a lot heavier men. You know, Andre the Giant weighs almost 500 pounds now. There are several others. Of course, in the old days, there was Haystack Muldoon and Farmer Clancy. Quite a few of the old men that weighed in excess of 400 or 500 pounds. Mexico saying, threatening a fist, and he throws that fist into the side of the face to get a release. The Assassin, of course, was using hair to legal means. Slapping away at the side of the face. There goes Mr. Mexico, going to work on the Assassin. Beals him right to the center of the ring. Now it's Mr. Mexico, and Mr. Mexico whips the Assassin in the ropes. High side body drop, sends the Assassin down. Mexico in there for one, only a count of one. Side headlock by Mr. Mexico. Into the ropes, and the Assassin is caught unaware, and Mexico, oh, there's that reverse knee drop. The Assassin tops him for one, only one. The Assassin now going to work, into the ropes with Mr. Mexico. Oh, a good drop kick. You see what I mean by speed? That caught him flush on the face, only a count of two. Down goes Mr. Mexico. I think the assassin put something in his mask. He sure enough did. And Mr. Mexico loses. The winner in this Beat the Champ elimination match, the assassin. Don't go away. We've got more wrestling coming up after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, scoring in an even 9 minutes. Scoring a win, the assassin now with 2 points in the Beat the Champ tournament. Well, here we go. Another Beat the Champ tournament bout. This time Oscar Orellano is the referee. Presenting to you on my right, a young man, former America's tag team champion. He now has 2 points in the Beat the Champ tournament. He weighs 214 from Guadalajara. Here is Apollo Jalisco. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here he is. 239 pounds. Former America's heavyweight champion. Former America's tag team champion. One and only John Tolos.
Well, here's another Beat the Champ elimination match, and I'll tell you something, wrestling fans. It's back-to-back Beat the Champ night here on Great Wrestling from the Olympic, and it's Apollo Jalisco and John the Golden Greek Tolos, Maniac Tolos, Tolos the Destroyer, Tolos the Wrecker. You know, there's a lot of names for Tolos, and some of them we can't mention right now. But I'll tell you, take nothing away from the Golden Greek. He's tough. In the ring, Apollo Jalisco. Apollo wanted this match. He said, I want Golden Greek Tolos. Look at that. Good roll up into a side headlock, into a head scissors. Oh, and the fans applaud, and rightly so. Tolos a little bit taken back by the style of Apollo Jalisco. Figured, well, he's a Mexican wrestler. He's just going to know Mexican wrestling style. He won't know my style. But Jalisco wanted this match. Said he wants to beat the Maniac Tolos on television. Now, you know, a win by Jalisco would be a big feather in his cap, and of course, put him in strong contention for the America's Heavyweight Wrestling Championship, which is held by big number 71 Walter Johnson. Into the ropes goes Jalisco. Over Tolos. Tolos is up. Both men standing at the ready. Side headlock by Apollo Jalisco. The Golden Greek of wrestling. And as I've stated before, his brother Chris, still wrestling in Canada, made tremendous investments in the Canadian stock market. Very wealthy man, but you know, the first love of the Tolos brothers is wrestling. Good body tackle by Jalisco. Jalisco comes off. Good roll-up and press for 1, 2, a split second away from a win for Apollo Jalisco. Tolos doesn't like to look bad on television. Oh, not a bad. There is a sportsmanship move. He shakes hands with Jalisco. Tolos was impressed by the move of this young man. Kicks away. Both wrestlers standing at the ready. Tolos with a show of sportsmanship there that we rarely see. I think he appreciates this young wrestler. And Apollo Jalisco is proud of himself, I think. We got a possible scientific match, which is rare for the Golden Greek. Rare to see. Now let's see if Tolos breaks cleanly. Yeah, steps back and breaks cleanly. We may be seeing a new Golden Greek Tolos here. Good go behind by Jalisco. Now Tolos can reverse it. He does. Up into a hammerlock. Leg takedown by Tolos. Good move. Good move. Tolos knows what to do and when to do it. Tolos has been around for so many years. Every match is a learning experience, the wrestlers tell me. They say every match, every opponent, you just learn constantly. Continuous learning of ring styles and holds and how to defeat an opponent. Now, trying to take Tolos' shoulders down to the mat is Jalisco, but Tolos has a good toe hold on him. Goes for the corkscrew toe hold. Spinning toe hold, rather. Kicks free, and Tolos again is impressed. You can tell. Both wrestlers lock up. Wrist lock, reversed wrist lock into a surfboard. Tolos can use his foot now as a bridge, a brace. Add a little bit of pressure on the back. Here's a test of strength here. And again, Tolos with the advantage. See, there's that knee. That's like a brace. And of course, it's pressure on the back. Good roll up by Jalisco and escape. I like that, and so did the fans. And Tolos, Tolos is impressed. You can tell. You can really tell. Leg dive by Jalisco. I guess Tolos decided he was going to come out and wrestle this young man. And I like this new Tolos. There's a lot more style, showing ability of a roughhouser to wrestle scientifically. Of course, you can't sell Tolos short. When you think you know just what he's doing, he does something else. That's usually when he wins. Good hawk trip by Apollo Jalisco. Sets into a figure four. Tolos, whoop, under the chin there. This is a Beat the Champ elimination match, again meaning that both wrestlers have a chance to get into the Beat the Champ tournament. Tolos with quite a few points, I believe, right now. Good figure four toe hold, reversed by Tolos, trying to break it. Kicks Jalisco away. Jalisco, oh, good. Lands right on his feet. And Tolos, who thought the man was down, spins around and sees he's on his feet and ready, and he can't believe it. Look at, there's the Golden Greek's hand. Fine move, he says, lad, fine move. Into the ropes, a break. Oh, wait a minute, there's the old Tolos we know. I knew it was coming. Too good to be true. Backbreaker. Jalisco is down by that punch. Tolos with that bombs away knee drop off the top rope for 1, 2, 3. Count to 100. I should have known. Should have known. The winner, the Golden Greek, John Tolos. Let's hear it from Jimmy Lennon. We got more wrestling right after this. Don't go away.
Ladies and 8 minutes, 59 seconds, scoring a win in the Beat the Champ tournament bout and gaining 2 points now in the tourney, John Tolos. 15-minute time limit. Johnny Red Shoes Dugan will be referee. And presenting to you right behind me, weighing 219 from parts unknown, the Whip. And now, ladies and gentlemen, one of the New Yorkers, he weighs 241. It's Dynamite Jack Evans.
Well, here we go. You've got the Evans brothers. These are the two wrestlers that I've told you about. They are the dandies of professional wrestling. The gorgeous Georges of the mat, they call themselves. The Evans brothers. Ray Evans, the taller, of course, of the two, and Jack Evans, the shorter of the two. There's Ray in the yellow trunks, taunting the fans. And he says, I don't have to leave, I don't have to go. I go everywhere my brother goes, I stay everywhere he goes, and I'm staying right here. Dugan says, no, you're not. Get out of the ring. This match is between the Whip and your brother Jack Evans. Dynamite Jack, the explosive little wrestler. And of course, there is Dynamite Jack having his coat removed by his brother. Ray Evans being counted out of the ring. The Whip, the opponent, of course. This Whip is a good wrestler. Very fine young athlete. You know, his winning record, of course, hasn't been too successful as of late since he's been here. But, you know, this is where the action is. This is where the best wrestlers are. So it's tough. There's no doubt about it. Into the ropes goes the Whip. And there's a punch that sends Jack Evans to the center of the ring. And he says, I'm not wrestling. This man just wants to punch. After, of course, Jack punched first. Decides that discretion is the better part of valor, and he goes outside the ring. And there's really no need to do that. The Whip in there. Side headlock by Jack Evans. Punch to the bridge of the head by the Evans man, the Dynamite man. Let's be called. He says, I'm so explosive. He says, the things I do in the ring are so terrific that everybody calls me Dynamite. Into the hair goes Jack Evans. Like I said, we've seen Evans with blonde hair and dark hair and no hair at all. Knee lift to the whip, snapmare, takedown. There's a knee drop to the throat. Tops him for 1, 2. Only a count of 2 and almost a win for the Dynamite Jack Evans man. The Evans brothers from Northern California. Jack Evans originally from New York City, New York, of course, but makes his home now in Northern California. And there's Ray Evans, his brother, outside the ring, of course, just standing there watching and yelling encouragement to his brother. Into that top turnbuckle goes the whip. Head first, of course, by Dynamite Jack Evans. Snapmare by Evans. Oh, there's that leg dive. Very devastating maneuver onto the throat and the chest. Evans says, get up! Wrestle. Oh, but wait a minute, here comes the whip. He says, I'll wrestle. He says, you don't want to wrestle. Oh, and Evans decides he's going out of the ring. See? When the tide turns, so does Jack Evans. Now getting some advice from his brother as to what to do. I wouldn't want to hear what the advice is. Both wrestlers lock up. Side headlock and a torquey move by the whip. Good takedown. Ew, into the hair and a side head scissors, leg scissors by Dynamite Jack Evans. Referee Dugan says, you go into the hair, and Evans says, no, I cross my heart not to die. No, there's an escape, and he goes back to that headlock, and again taken off at the hair and into that side leg scissors. Jack Evans has been wrestling a long time. He started his career, as I said, he was originally from New York City. His brother, Ray, a lot younger, has recently started wrestling after he completed college. So both these wrestlers as a team are fairly new as a team, and they're very successful, having won the America's Tag Team Wrestling Championship. Brother combinations always work together well. They know each other's moves very well. Good suplex by Dynamite Jack Evans. Now sets him up, and there's that just direct punch to the bridge of the forehead. Another one, and no, nobody there. And Evans now just completely stymied. And the whip goes to work on Dynamite Jack. Arm whip into the corner, and here comes the whip. And wait a minute. Punch to the middle, another one. Whip going to work on Dynamite Jack Evans. Beal to the middle of the mat. Drop kick that takes down Jack Evans, and the fans are now behind the whip 100%. And Jack Evans decides he's going out of the ring, and he does it. The whip right behind him, and the whip is being cheered by the fans. In the meantime, Ray Evans, his brother, out there just kind of giving him the encouragement and saying, look, don't let him get to you. Use another strategy on this guy. Evans now doesn't want to be punched anymore, so he turns his back on the whip. The whip going to work on Dynamite Evans now, and he's all raked at the eyes. That'll stop you. If you can't see and you can't breathe, you're not going to be able to wrestle. And there's a open-handed karate thrust to the throat, and Jack Evans now getting a lesson in wrestling ability from the referee. It says, don't use that hold again. Another leg drop by Evans. Knee drop to the chest. Second knee drop to the chest. Third knee drop to the chest. Tops him now for 1, 2. Ooh, only 2. The whip had enough energy to come back. Outside the ring, Ray Evans looking on. And there's a reverse suplex by Dynamite Jack Evans that catches the whip unaware. You know, you can't take your eyes off these two, because if you do, then you're going to lose. There's no question about it. Knee drop to the side of the head. Tops him now for 1, 2, only 2. Fans yelling encouragement to the whip, and the whip now coming on strong. Punches to the middle. Reverse arm whip. Should have used that arm whip. He didn't. Needs a knee lift to the middle, and there's an elbow. The whip with a Beal. High Beal. Solid and strong. Right to the middle of the ring. Picks him up. Body slams him. Now the whip. Goes outside. Climbs up to the top rope. And, oh, nobody there. Oh, that was a good move, but timed wrong. Nobody there. Now Dynamite Jack Evans sees his opportunity. Picks up the whip, crotches him, and slams him to the mat. And now Evans is going to show him how to do it. Climbs up to that top rope and leaps off. Oh, knee first that connects right to the throat. And just, you can count to 100. That's it. The winner, Dynamite Jack Evans, on our main event. We've got more coming up. Don't go away. Here's Jimmy Lennon.
Going to win in 8 minutes 44 seconds, Dynamite Jack Evans.
Well, here we go. We've got more action on our main event. This is a special time limit match. The other match finished early, so this is our special time limit event that fills in. It's a good one. It is the Hood. The Hood against Jose Rodriguez. Into the ropes goes the Hood, and Rodriguez is stunned. This is our first look at Rodriguez. Good-looking young wrestler. The Hood, of course, from parts unknown. Chicken wing, takedown, reversal, and the Hood right on top of Rodriguez for 1 or 2. Only a second away. The Hood now down for 1, 2. Can't tell. Rodriguez's shoulders are flat on the mat or not. The Hood, 1/2 the World Tag Team Champion on this hour. Stand by, fill in main event bout on great wrestling from the Olympic. You'll see them all here. Al Madrill, Bill Moskos, Walter Johnson, Rugged Ronstar, John Tolos. The Hood, as we're watching. That's a very unusual mask. I talked to him about that mask, and he says it's a specially designed mask. It's almost impossible, he says, to remove that mask in the ring. And I could believe him. There's a roll-up by the Hood. 1, 2. Again, shoulders up by Rodriguez. There's a good full Nelson. Not a full Nelson. Armbar. Armbar with a hammerlock. Keyed up. Wrestlers with holds are keyed properly. It's a good submission hold. You have 2 very good submission holds. You have pressure on that arm, and you have a lot of pressure, of course, on the armbar and the wrist lock. The hammer lock, rather, because what you can do is bring up the hammer lock. The Hood now, of course, can try to roll up. He releases the one hold and goes to the wrist. Arm whip by Rodriguez. Roll up and over. Good move. Fine move by this young wrestler from Buenos Aires, Argentina. The question is in. The Hood This is the first time I've seen the hood caught. Wait a minute. He gets a release and goes to a figure four to hold. Drops on that kidney area. Knee drops. Hood picks him up and, body slams him right in that corner. Now drops him to the mat. Stares up at our cameras and stomps right to the chest of Rodriguez. Hood swears he's not doing anything illegal. This man can wrestle. He knows the hold. He's fast. I mean, this Hood is extremely fast. Punch to the side of the face. He says, how do you like that? How do you like that? Taunting the wrestling fans, and the fans, of course, don't like this Hood one bit. But Rodriguez, meantime, trying to make a comeback. Oh, kick to the middle by the Hood. Front headlock by the Hood. Punches to the middle by Rodriguez. There's a punch to the back by the Hood. Here's a good close shot of that mask that I was telling you about earlier. Oh, good. Front chicken wing into a small suplex. Tops him for 1, 2, 3. That's it. The Hood's got the pin and the win. He is the winner with a fine amateur wrestling move. Let's get it officially from Jimmy Lennon, and we'll be back with a lot more wrestling. Don't go away yet.